everybody. In this laboratory, we observe the histology slide of male reproductive system. Look at the objectives. Identify the light microscopic structures of each organ of male reproductive system, including testes, epididymis, and prostate. First slide, testes, obtained from the section of testes, H.E. staining. On these histology slides, a tunicate albuginea and several seminiferous tubules are visible. The tunicate albuginea is thickened on the posterior surface of the testes to form the medial stadium testis, from which fibrospida penetrate into the parenchyma of testis, dividing it into many pyramidal compartments called the testicular lobules. Both tunicate albuginea and medial sternum testis are made of dense connective tissue. The parenchyma of testis contains a lot of seminiferous tubules. Between the tubules, the large red color, the interstitial cells of Leydig and interstitial connective tissue can be seen. These cells accumulate in the tissue. Select a distinct and typical seminiferous tubule to examine. On the histology slide, the wall of the seminiferous tubule is stratified epithelium, which consists of two types of cells, that are Sertoli cells and spermatogenic cells. Outside the stratified epithelium is a well-identified basement membrane, which is surrounded by collagen fibers and several layers of flattened myelin cells, which exhibit smooth muscle characteristics. The arrow indicates on the left slide. Between the seminiferous tubules is filled with connective tissue containing Leydig cells and abundant blood vessels. The right slide, the Sertoli cells are irregular columnar cells extending from the basement membrane to the lumen. Black triangle indicates the cytoplasm is stained pale pink. The nuclei are large ovoid in shape and are lightly attended with small amount of chromatin. The nuclei are often prominent. When the Sertoli cells is sectioned longitudinally, its basal end can be seen attached to the basement membrane and is free and often envelopes purple-red particles, which are the head of spermatozoa. The spermatogenic cells include spermatogonia, primary spermatocytes, the secondary spermatocytes, spermate, and spermatozoa. They are at various stages of differentiation. Spermatogonia lands on the basement membrane. They are relatively small round cells with round, deeply stained nuclei. Sometimes mitosis can be seen. Primary spermatocytes, about 2 to 3 layers, lie inner to the spermatogonia. They are large round cells with large vacuolar nuclei. The cells are often at the stage of meiotic prophase. The nuclei typically shows chromatin that's in the process of oxidizing into chromosome forms, and the nuclear membrane always disappears. Secondary spermatocytes are smaller than primary spermatocytes and located internal to them. They are different in number in each section. Since the secondary spermatocytes present for a very short period. They are infrequently observed. Some more types are located near lumen of the tube. They are small cells with round and deeply stained nuclei. Spermatozoa usually attach to Sertoli cells with their deeply blue-stained head. It's usually hard to observe whole figures of spermatozoa in one section, and only darkly stained, small flat nuclei can be identified because their tails are thin and long, extending into the lumen of the tubules, and always cut off. Look at its structure on the next slide. Between the seminiferous tubule is interstitial tissue, which contains interstitial cells that occur in single or in groups of various size. They are large ovoid or polyhedral cells with eosinophilic cytoplasm, rich in small lipid droplets. Their nuclei are round and frequently located. The nuclei are prominent. The interstitial cells are endocrine cells of testes. The third slide, spermatozoa, obtained from the section of semen smears HE staining. Spermatozoon is tapered-shaped. A head is pear-shaped, flattened. Purple-blue contains nucleus, and a chromosome, a slender tail is dyed. The fourth slide, epididymis, obtained from the section of epididymis HE staining. The specimens comprise numerous tubules. There is the capsule of connective tissue covering the epididymis. Its parenchyma is composed of two types of tubules, which are ductally efferent and duct epididymis. Ductally efferent, the head of the epididymis is mainly composed of output tubules, whose walls are interspersed with tall columnar ciliated cells and cubic cells, so the lumen surface can be seen undulating under the microscope, and a small amount of annular smooth muscle can be seen outside the epithelium. Duct epididymis. The lumen of duct epididymis is regular and even. The wall consists of pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium and the outlying connective tissue, which contains a lot of circular, aligned smooth muscle. The last slide, prostates, obtained from the section of prostate gland HE staining. The gland is covered by a capsule of connective tissue, rich in smooth muscle. The capsule sends out septa, which penetrate into the gland, and surround the tubules or alveoli. The alveoli show a great variation in size and irregular in shape. The epithelium may be simple squamous, cuboid, columnar, and pseudostratified columnar in type. Some of alveoli contains spherical bodies. The prostatic congregation, which is stained red. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.